You, you, we bite. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know where you are at the Life Be Life and podcast, hosted by the lovely, wise, funny as hell, and a little bit of thugged out ratchet on the low. Mimi, the goddess. What
Hey,
up, though?
what up? What's
And
going
she's
on?
flanked by none other than the sneakily handsome, your favorite coach's favorite coach,
Oh my God.
Splash Charles. Y'all already know what it is. Big dog. Boof.
What Heinz say? Nutmeg now. Well, you got all the
Oh
names.
man, you had to bring it back over
I only
here.
got what I got. Just being Mimi. Then I got Mimi the Goddess. Then I got Big Mish. Like I need to up my handles. Like I need to up my nicknames so I can match up
You
a little
got a
bit.
few. You
I
got a
do.
few.
I
You got a
do.
few. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
man.
welcome back everybody. I hope everything been good with y'all, you know what I'm saying? And not in our absence because we ain't go nowhere, but you feel me, and not having,
Life been
some
life.
of the freshest or newest content because life be life and but for real, we glad to be back with y'all. For those who are
For
here
sure.
for your first time listening and or watching, we appreciate y'all coming in. Sit down, pull up a chair, get comfortable, man. We gonna get into it.
Let's do it.
Starting off with our touch and go topic of the day, and we gonna go ahead and let the creator of the touch and go ahead and run point on this one. Go ahead, set it up for us.
And listen. So what was it? Last week, there was a video floating around that was posted by some media blog outlet. Don't really remember who, but it had something to do with one of my favorite R&B singers, August Alsina. And he was in the shot, kind of talking about how he found love, and he would be remiss if he didn't share with the world who really was teaching him what love really means. And in comes said person, and it's a male. If the internet didn't go dumb crazy, and of course, what was everyone's commentary? That nigga gay. And I was like, man, come on, y'all. Like, I had to run it back and kind of
Gay,
watch
that
the
boy gay,
video.
gay,
Yeah,
gay,
yeah,
gay,
yeah,
that boy
yeah.
gay.
Look, we should do that. We should do that. We should do that. We're gonna get canceled by the LGBTQIA alphabet soup group. Like we better
Woo!
stop.
I
So
forgot it was that many letters.
it was like I had it. Like y'all leave me the fuck alone. But so I had to watch it a few times, and we had conversation, you Ace and myself, and I said,
Shout out to Ace.
y'all explain to me what made y'all think this was on some gay shit. Because for me, it was how he said it, what he said, and the greeting between the two of them. It wasn't like, it was like a handshake and a brotherly like hug, right? And one would say, oh, that's because he wasn't trying to do too much on TV. Everybody got an opinion about some shit. However, I'm just kind of like, it made me think about the fact of why is it gay because it's another male. If it was another female, no one would think anything of it. Who's to say that this relationship isn't platonic? But because it's two males, that's just unheard of. But no one says anything about two females having a platonic, intimate relationship of sorts, which is open for interpretation. However, in doing some more digging and talking to my cousin about it, because I told him today, yeah, we're gonna record, blah blah blah. And he was like, "Oh, what y'all recording on this?" So I told him, and he was like, "Oh, you mean his brother?" And I looked, and literally, there's a video with him and said person where they're wishing their mother a happy birthday. And I'm like, so now I need more context to that little snippet from the show. Was it to promo the show and get the ratings up and get people talking? Is he really gay? Is this said person really not his brother and maybe they're just calling each other brothers? I don't know, but he has not spoke on it. But it was very interesting that the first thing everyone went to was he gay. when he didn't say anything of the sort. Like he didn't say it didn't have a sexual connotation to it. I think we as people automatically placed a sexual connotation on it because he used the word love.
That's a
Oh,
fair assessment. And I appreciate you, doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's one of, I mean, it's great having a partner that is into research and finding out the facts and not just going to leave well enough alone when it comes to touching on these topics, man.
yeah.
I mean, I picked great co-hosts here. You feel me? Um, so that was dope that you was able to find that out. However, I'm gonna get to for me when I first saw the clip. I ain't gonna lie, it's August Alsina. I don't give a fuck about the boy no more. I really wish he would shut up and disappear. Um,
Oh,
I
everybody
feel
still
like
mad about
this.
that entanglement?
It's not even that I was mad about the entanglement, but back when what I'm saying he did the interview with Angela Yee, I'm like, this is an album rollout. You feel me? Like this is not just him like dealing with something and finally getting it off his chest. He's doing this for attention. I
Yeah.
felt like that's what it was. I felt like that's possibly what this was. So I'm like,
And that's what I think, or to get the
right.
show's ratings up.
So initially, I ain't paying no mind because they was like, it's supposed to be for a reality show. So I'm like, well, there you go. You know what I'm saying? He needed a stunt to stand out maybe from the rest of the cast
Yep.
because I
Yep.
truly think he's an unremarkable person. Um, not that he don't make good music, but I'm saying like
Okay, I was
just
about to
looking at
say in
him.
a realm of music or
No,
personality,
no,
but
just like
okay.
if you was to just look at him, like certain entertainers, they have that look. They had a tough guy look, or they have the super romantic look. You know what I'm saying? The girls will all be all over him. I don't really see
And
August
that's
as
funny.
necessarily that guy physically that he would just in a
Hmm.
room of other people necessarily stand out. Even from the
That's
interview with Angela Lee, his personality doesn't seem dynamic to me. It just seems like another one of those, you know, poetic, kind of soft guys. So he don't really stand out to me. He's not the type of dude probably I'll be hanging out with like that. So I didn't think much of it. And then when I saw it started being reposted with the headline of August Alsina comes out as gay, I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why it was a big deal. Because at first I'm like, well, what is this a big deal about?
yeah. But
So
he
then
never
I
said
just
that.
he
That was the
didn't.
funny. Yeah.
He didn't.
And
So
it's
I just took
funny,
it at face value when they had
right?
the
Because
headline
when
attached
something
to
on the
it,
internet, you
just
just
because I
like,
don't pay him any mind.
yeah,
If it had been anybody else, I probably would have had questions.
yeah.
But with him, I don't pay him enough mind to do the digging and so forth and so on. So it wasn't until I listened to it for a third time, because one of my mans brought it up, that I was like, oh yeah, that nigga gay. And I'm gonna tell you why. For me specifically, I ain't gonna speak for nobody else. Although I think it could apply. For me, it was the way in which he spoke about the young man, right? Oh, he taught me how to learn, taught me how to heal, all this kind of stuff. And when August starts speaking really poetic about a person, usually it's not just like that. Like that's my homie, that's my bro. Like I didn't hear him speak that way about Jaden Smith, and they was homies. I didn't necessarily hear him speak that way about Willen. You was kicking it out of his house, and he was looking out for you.
Them
But
dynamics
when
different at this point, though. You got to think
Jada
about it.
was, the vet to your rookie, the milk to your cookie, and I just want to spend every day learning you, and you've given me a new rebirth. So to me, it's more like a track record. It's a pattern. When he feel the need to speak extra poetic about somebody, it's something else going on. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? I thought from that letter, and people was defending him back then, like, damn, y'all making this perverted. He was kicking it with the family. It's not all that.
And then
Y'all
come to
want Will
find
to
out, he
act
was
up,
doing
and
more than
then
kicking
come
it.
to find out that it was what it was.
Man,
Because so that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. For me, I was able to believe it because it seemed like he fell back into the pattern of I big this person up in such a poetic way because yes, he is a songwriter and a musician and an artist or whatever. So that might be his natural, you know what I'm saying? That might be his
Hmm.
natural way of speaking about somebody that he feels so passionate about. So I'm just kind of like, oh, he talking about the nigga the same way he talked about Jada. So I can believe it. But if somebody was to tell me he wasn't, it wouldn't be like, nah, that boy gay. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
I'm not locked in either way. It's just that I could believe it.
Exactly. I'm not either. And I guess, going back to what you said about, him not really being personable. When he first came out, I just kind of was like, ooh, who is this little? But, I have a thing for these NOLA niggas and the way they talk and their drawl and their, gall, gutter manner. So I thought he was attractive. I thought he was cute. I thought he was talking that shit I like. That's what that was.
Okay.
That's cool gangster shit. And he was singing it too.
He was.
So
He was.
I was like, oh, and then watching his interviews and just seeing how raw he was, I was like, I like this little nigga. Especially when him and Trey Songz was having that little supposed beef or whatever. Because I really was on Trey Songz hard for a long time. So I was like, oh, he the new Trey Songz. But then as you think about it, people got something to say about Trey Songz being a little as well. So I don't know. But I don't know. I just didn't get gay from it per se. And I think, like I said, and it's more because of the kind of relationships I have with people. And
Hmm.
I can speak that way about a few people in my life, some that are of the same sex. And someone would say, "Y'all fucking no." Like, no, trust me. Ain't no scissoring over here. I ain't got none of
I
that
ain't
going
no
on.
scissoring.
Ain't no scissoring. I'm good. So yeah, I just didn't get gay from it. Now, I know you look at people and you see their looks and you like, I mean, he's just a pretty ass nigga. He look gay.
I can see people saying that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't get gay from it. But I just was like wondering what makes people automatically say or go to the tone of him being gay when it's transsexual.
All right, so let me say something else, and this is gonna come off insensitive. So it is what it is. Because I want to speak to something that you mentioned, and towards the topic that we really get into. Something that you mentioned earlier was, if it was two women, nobody would bat an eye. Women act gay all the time. Women act gay all the time.
Not
There's
all
like a
women.
small percentage of women. No, when I say all the time, I mean you can always find an example. Okay, maybe not every single woman participates. There's some women who just certain shit they just ain't finna do around another female, with another female, near another female. But the majority of women have had some kind of experience that if two dudes do it, you'd say they was gay. Examples. There's women who've walked around each other naked. They not sisters. They didn't grow up that way. And it's nothing. You see two
Okay.
dudes walk around each other, touching each other, like actually touch each other. Well, yeah, see how your eyes was.
Touching?
Yeah,
No,
no,
see, hold
no.
on. I didn't
Ain't
walk
no. Can you
around
hand me
and
that, bro?
nobody.
He naked. He can't touch me. Talking about some yo, bro. Hand me that over there, bro. What you?
Pump
You
your
got to touch me
ass
for, bro?
out. Hand that shit, nigga.
what you got to touch me for, bro? Like, hey, don't talk about that on the ass with a towel, because that reminded me of the Anthony Davis video, and I stopped.
Oh,
Okay,
mm-mm.
yeah, right. That's another story. But like, you got stuff like that go on. You got stuff where it's like, even just like dancing on each other in parties and clubs and stuff like that. Dudes don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Women, it's one thing to compliment somebody because they look good. I don't think that's any type of way. But women will literally be, oh my God, you sexy as hell. They even
Okay.
say gay stuff.
I,
Yeah, girl, I would do
I
you.
get
Like,
I
you
get
can't, no
touched a
dude say
lot.
that to me. I don't care what I look like, bro. I don't care what I'm looking like, bro.
Oh,
Okay, you looking like a snack, bro. Stop playing with me, cause like,
well, that's
stop
okay.
playing with me, cause you're not gonna say I look like a snack, bro. Don't do
I
that.
don't know because
If the
so for
gay homie
me,
says it, you know what's funny though? If my gay homie said it, I wouldn't flinch.
okay, because that that's the move, right? That's what they on. That's the type of time they on.
You know what I'm saying?
And I get
That's
it.
the funny part about it. It's like so that's what I'm saying. Women have that space where certain stuff with them that it's not just gonna. It's just literally they will
Yeah.
actually not just be looked at as platonic, but also heterosexual. It won't look like it's homosexual dealings. But if
Yeah.
two dudes do a lot of that shit, it looks gay. Plain and simple.
I think
It's
that's
not
an
just going to
alternate
look gay to
sexuality
men,
thing.
it's going to look gay to women, it's going to look gay to women who defend gay men, all of that. Just perfectly honest.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I definitely
Two dudes
have.
grinding on each other in the club not gonna pass. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I don't want to see that. No, that's different. Like, so first of all, I've never been the type of girl that dances with another female in that manner. Do I have a friend that likes to touch me inappropriately? Yeah, I do. And I'll be like, but this has been going on forever. It's just like, and I just accept the fact that I'm attractive. Like, I'm attractive. People want to touch my body all the time. But do I
But can't
want
no
to?
dude do it?
Hell no. Like,
All right, all right. That is exactly what I'm saying. Some stuff is just non-transferable.
yes,
Some stuff dudes
some
just
stuff
can't
is.
get away with.
Yeah, well, I mean, my husband touched me.
He better be
My
able
husband
to.
can touch me. Yeah, you know, I know. But yeah, I have a friend that touches me regularly, and my husband hates it. He absolutely hates it. He be like, "Man, what is wrong with this girl?" And I'm just like, I think she does it because she knows that it irritates me because I'm not the biggest fan of it. Because I be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, but I don't like people touching me. Period.
Period. Right.
Unless we in a touchy feely type relationship, then you can touch me all you want. So I think she does it to irritate me because she knows how I feel about being touched, period. But then also she makes little comments about my body. But again, I got a body. So I'm sure she's not the only person to make comment about my body. She just bold enough to be loud about it because we've been friends since high school. Actually, I have another friend that does the same thing. She smacks me on my ass all the time, like all the time. I got a phone call from somebody asking if her ass was real. Like I would know that, and I was just like, now I do know that because again, we talk about those intimate details, things she once done to her body, has done. Um, and I grew up with her, like middle school, high school. You know what I'm saying? We've been friends for a very long time. She was in my wedding, much like my other friend. So I just know her body because I've seen it transform through the years and having children. So they asked me, and I'm like, why would y'all think I would know if it's real or not? Because you know we have that intimate type of relationship. And she would tell me stuff like that. We're very close.
No, that's not why they making that assumption. They making that assumption because of what I said. Because girls do that to each other. They'll feel each other up.
But no, my family knows I
Maybe
don't.
you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe your family don't. But you just described two women who do. It's that easy to find them. It's not rare.
But however, I think there are two women that might be also kind of, they do the flip flop thing, maybe potentially. I don't know what they. Well, what I do, but the other one, um, I would make an assumption and say maybe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we've shared those intimate details. There you go. So it's like, yeah, I know what that's all about. Um, but I don't know. I guess yeah, with it being two women, it's like people don't be like, oh, that's not gay. But with two men, it's gay. But all of it's gay. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It you get on my nerves. Don't sit here and look at me crazy.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I
I'm
mean,
just saying,
I'm
man.
far from gay. Like I don't like my own self, so I definitely don't like
You
no other female.
stupid.
But that's not to say that other women don't. You know what I'm saying? And they just might not be comfortable with being honest and transparent about that. I don't know.
Man, I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it multiple times, multiple settings over multiple years, man. And it's only more. It only happens, even more now. But it's happened for like, what am I, 40 now? So I can literally say over 2 decades, I've witnessed women behave in that behavior, and it's socially acceptable. It's not just socially acceptable amongst women; it's socially acceptable amongst men. Like, you know what I'm saying, or vice
Yeah.
versa, because the story is always, oh, well, men don't care when it's two women doing it. Yeah, neither do two women. But if you saw two dudes doing it, women would care The woman would not want the guy asking her for her number, who she just saw holding another boy leg up and talking about some no, no.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that begs the question, like, so why are men comfortable with gay women, but they not comfortable with gay men?
Because women aren't either. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not just a men thing. It's just it gets labeled on men because men have a more visceral reaction, partially because of homophobia and partially because of just like, yo, that shit look crazy, bro. Like, that just looks crazy for you to do if you're straight. Like, that's why I say, like, certain comments, if my one homie make it who I know is gay, it's like, come on, dog, stop playing, man. You goofing. But if like a dude who's telling me he's strictly into women make this comment, it's like, bro, what's going on with you? What type of time you on right now?
Yeah, sometimes people be lying.
Because now it's like, if that's who you really are,
yeah,
I need you to be who you really
are. And that's my thing. I always want people to be who they are. Like,
because you not being that makes me look at you sideways, not because of your orientation, but because you into deceit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And if you feel like you need to hide that in 2022, I don't know if I can trust you, bro.
Yeah, there's no need to hide that shit.
Not in adults. Not as we grown adults. Especially if you around my age, you 40 hiding the fact that you're gay, bro.
Yeah. I think that's where it becomes problematic because you're hiding it. Like, I don't think most men have an issue with it at this point, but no, we just don't want you to be lying about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so prevalent now. Who really cares? I mean,
listen, the only heterosexual dudes who don't have gay friends are probably gay and hiding it. Yeah. And they dealing with these issues so bad that they're avoiding other gay men.
Yeah. Facts. I can agree to that. So.
Like, you bump into a homosexual anywhere you go. It's just what it is because it's a sexual preference. It's sexual orientation.
Which I don't care either way. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like for you to make it a big deal, like, as to how you gonna rock with a person or not. Your life can't be good. Like, you gotta be miserable.
I'm too worried about my own shit. I can't.
You gotta be miserable, man. So, like I said, my only issue is be who you are. I feel the same way about studs that's into dudes. Like, if you want to be a stud, and you know what I'm saying,
now, that's something I'm still trying to figure out. But
you want to go ahead, and I catch you sneaking off with my homie who I know bag all joints. Like, now when you come back, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have some rough words for you. Like, really, nigga?
What's that
really,
nigga?
About? Really, nigga? That's how you move it. So, you know what I'm saying? I think, like, I get what you're saying in terms of, you know, people definitely having a reaction because it's two men. But like I said, it's not just men. Men get the biggest label for it because we usually have a physical and visceral reaction. Like, oh my God, yo, that's crazy. But women don't be liking it neither, man.
I definitely.
The truth of the matter is, women don't like it either when the two dudes are supposed to be straight. If one of them is gay or bisexual, women will take up that form to the high heavens. Women will defend it. Women say you gotta accept it. They with it. They cool. They perfectly fine with it.
I don't care one way or the other. That's your sexuality. Just don't.
But if it's
my shit is always don't bring that shit my way. Don't push that on me. That's all I ever say. Like, you can be whatever you want. Just don't try to make me agree with that or be like, oh, I'm gonna
change from what I'm at. Yeah.
It ain't for me.
You're not gonna change what I'm doing.
10, don't recommend.
Right. You're not gonna change what I'm doing.
0 stars.
And if you feel like putting up your shot, then just respect the fact that I blocked it.
I mean, because I used to get hollered at all the time, and I used to be like, that's not like, I don't know what vibes I gave you. And, sometimes it don't be no vibes. It just be.
I about to say, I don't think it gotta be vibes.
They gonna see if they can see what they can see. Like, this whole shoot your shot shit. Now, that back in the day, that wasn't what that was, but now, yeah, like, come on now. Like, in your coach playing ball, you run into that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because I run around here with my hair, some fucking cornrows and some baggy clothes, and some J's and a t-shirt all the time, I'm trying to hide my body from niggas. Now I gotta hide my body from you. come on now, get the fuck out of here. So,
For real, for real.
I mean, because I said I was in school, what, 95, 90, 95 and 99? And back then it was like, you had a few, but not too many. And then, like, as I got to college, it was just like,
Yeah.
we get busy with this shit. Y'all, my sister had the same issue playing ball. And I just was like, come on now, y'all. Like, leave that shit be. Y'all know we not gay. We fucking too many niggas. But she had a real boyfriend. I was out here. Oh, so leave me
But you
alone.
know, as people tend to say, what does that mean? That don't mean nothing.
I said what I said and it mean what it mean.
I feel you, dog. 1,000%, I feel you.
Stand on that big stepper, not going nowhere.
Stand on it, you hear me? Like a stack of Bibles.
Yeah, that's it. So, but
But
anyway,
I think that this all comes to the main topic that we're talking about what you mentioned, as far as you and your friend, intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
yes,
the trigger word. That's the meat
yes,
of whether you want to, whether that's his brother or not, whether that's like his brother, and he love his mom like his mom or whatever.
right.
Because there's people that's like that. You know what I mean? Everybody got somebody that's like that, or know somebody who got somebody that's like that. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
two people that's like that in my life.
Like one of my female friends, she called my mom. Like,
I call a few of my friends moms, and they call
you
my
know,
moms.
yeah,
Like
like everybody know if you know my mom, you know she ain't had no daughters. So if you see me, my brother out, and this other young lady,
you're like,
she's
who the
literally
fuck is
addressing my mom
she?
as mom, and she's addressing my little brother as bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but intimate, intimate, and intimacy. Like intimacy is the big deal because of the misunderstanding. Let's just go with that. The
Say what it
misunderstanding
is.
about
Let
what it
keep it a buck.
means.
The
The
sexual
misunderstanding.
connotation that has been placed on it.
Not just sexual, romantic.
Okay,
I
facts. I'll
think
take it.
that's the bigger
Sexual
deal.
and romantic.
I feel like romantic is the bigger deal
I
because even if you don't necessarily have any kind of physical contact with somebody, if you like, okay, we got into things in a group chat where it's like I'm just go ahead and bring this example out now. Like, of course, we were co-hosts, we're close friends. You're one of my best friends. You're my sister, whatever, whatever. So we do talk about intimate details between each other. We're supporting each other in our marriages and stuff like that. But if I was to go to my brother and be like, yeah, me and your wife, we be intimate. Yeah, I mean, you're probably not gonna punch me in the mouth at that point in time, but they got an argument coming.
and
I can
again,
guarantee you. Yeah, you know what? Man, bro, you picked a great woman. I appreciate that because I have the opportunity to be intimate with her whenever I
our
need.
intimate moments are interesting.
It'd be fun as hell.
Niggas
It'd
will
be
be like,
wild. It'd be
what?
everything. Sometimes it'd be just what I need to get through the day. Like that's not something
She
that you
always
could
makes
say
me
to your
feel better.
husband. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you can say to your husband or my wife and be acceptable. Like it's just not. It's just flat out not.
I
But
mean,
it we're not. But we're not BSing when we say that because that's the true meaning of the word. Like you said, it's literally this shared bond between two people.
there you go. See, I like the way you use that because to me, having an intimate relationship with someone, whether it's same sex, opposite sex, not my significant other, it means I trust this person to be vulnerable with them. I feel there's some sort of shared safety between us about certain topics. And we share like things intellectually. Because let's be honest, I don't mean no harm. Like you have connections with people. I stand on this. Your soulmate does not have to be your significant other or spouse or your person.
Mm,
Like your
talk
soulmate can
about
be
it.
your friend. Because in all
Ooh,
honesty, like,
talk about it.
I've been with my significant other for 16 years total, married 11. There are some things that I cannot talk to him about and he not be uncomfortable. And I'm sure there are things he don't talk to me about because he uncomfortable. but I have someone that I can talk to about anything. No holds bars, no judgment. I can drop tears, I can cuss, I can stand on couches and fuss with this person. I can get my wrongs righted and my rights wronged. Like, we just have nothing between us sexually, but we literally can conversate for hours. That people consider that intimate. Y'all having car conversations. So
Wait. Do I hear off in the distance the judgmental crowd asking the typical question?
yes.
Well, well, well. If you can't do that with your husband, why are you with him? That's not what she said. Let me just cut that off right now before y'all start with
Thank
that
you.
bullshit.
Because you
That
already
is
know I'm
not what
done.
she said. What she said is that it doesn't happen without him being uncomfortable. And though we know we're married, and in our marriages we have to have uncomfortable conversations, there's the uncomfortable conversations you have to have, and there's the uncomfortable conversations that honestly, because we're dealing with human beings, your spouse may not be willing to have.
Yeah, because
It just might hurt them too much.
I mean, and it doesn't even have to be about
It
them.
might it That's the thing about it too. It might not be about them.
I can
It
talk to
might be
him
purely about you,
exactly.
and it's just something that they can't deal with at that point.
Yep. They personalize it sometimes because
There it
that's the
is.
person that you're around every day. So they feel like if like so for instance, y'all know I am a therapy warrior. I go to counseling all the time. I'm mad. I'm going, I've been bust down to once a month. But I'm very proud of myself. So she's like, Tamisha, you're doing so great. You don't need me. We ain't say all that, Wiener. But um I literally will tell him about something I discussed in therapy having to do with me and my feelings and why I'm this way or acting that way. And literally, it will be taken personally. It will be taken personally. Now, I can go to my platonic opposite sex friend, tell them all these very same things, and what they're going to do, they're going to talk me and walk me through all of that and help me understand what I'm dealing with and why that person feels the way they feel. I feel like that platonic, intimate relationship with someone, and it's funny because it's like it's a person that's just like me, are just alike, but knows my husband very well. So it's a benefit for me. But people will say, "But so y'all ain't doing nothing." No, we're not. Like, why? My thing is, why would I want to ruin that friendship? Because we all know intimacy that has intimate relationships that have sex and romance tied to it don't always go so well. Look at some of these marriages, i.e., mine included.
Oof.
I mean, come on.
Oof.
I'm always going to state the honest facts, the
Oof.
truth. It's going to hurt. But
That's some smoke.
I mean, and I want it all because I am a person that has struggles in my marriage. And it has a lot to do with the fact that there's no honest shared intimacy
Mm,
for different reasons. And I try to
mm.
have those intimate conversations sometimes, and they don't go well because you have to realize you have a person that's processing their own feelings, things that they're finally dealing with in their adulthood that's affected them from childhood they've been suppressing. So it's hard to take on someone else's shit when you're dealing with your own shit.
That's a fact.
So we sometimes need that outside intimate relationship. And yes, it can be very platonic. I mean, sometimes people start off as friends and it becomes more. That's understandable because you have a person that understands you. I mean, I really think a lot of relationships should start that way anyway. That's probably why we wouldn't have
Ideally,
so many issues in marriage because you have laid yourself out flat. Like you bear it all. They understand you at your deepest level. They're able to understand everything below the surface. But we don't do that. So now people want to make it seem crazy because you can have intimate relationships with other people outside of your significant other, spouse, or partner or person. And I just
that's
don't
a
agree with
fact.
that. Like, I think you should be able to connect with whomever works for you. You can love a person all day. I mean, you know, you aren't bros. Y'all went to college together. How hard is it to have a conversation with them and really get anything out of that conversation? And we're talking art.
That's the thing about it.
We're talking
That's the thing
in-state
about it.
art. You know,
It's just
pre-marriage
certain
artists.
stuff. It's just certain stuff he don't know how to get into.
Exactly.
And it's some people that's just like that. It's like it's not so much a knock against them. It's not, oh, well, they're a bad person, or oh, they a fraud. No, it's just some people, like you said, the stuff that they haven't unpacked, the stuff that they still dealing with on their process to becoming whole or the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
And they haven't figured out how to unpack that with another person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I
Or
don't think
maybe there is one person that they know how to unpack that with, and it's just not you, and it's not their spouse, and it's not this homie, and it's not that homie. Like,
yeah,
I feel that certain people just link in a certain way to where it's
exactly.
like what you need from each other just happens to be present. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like, uh, I'm not one of the people talking about twin flames and
Oh
this and
yeah, I feel
that
you.
and the other things and all that. Y'all
Yeah.
know me. I'm call me corny if you want. But
We with the basic shit.
I I too agree that your soulmate may not be the person who you have married. It doesn't make that person who you've married diminished in any type of way. It doesn't
Exactly.
lessen their importance. It doesn't elevate the importance of this other person
A
who happens to
person
be
it
your
doesn't.
soulmate. It just means that y'all two really bond on that level
Right.
to where it's mutually beneficial, it's mutually supportive, and it's mutually healthy, because you can't even really be saying your soulmate is like somebody taking advantage of you and doing you dirty, because it's like
Because it's exactly.
that's not how you treat a soul.
Exactly. Exactly. And
So
it's like I feel also, like having an intimate relationship with someone, whether it be y'all want to place romance and sex on it, or it be platonic. That's a relationship where someone really can validate your feelings. It's I hear you, I understand, that resonates with me. However, have you thought about it from this angle? Like I feel, maybe they feel like, especially if you're talking about your spouse or something. So it's like, let's be honest, you don't always get that with your significant other, because again, shit's being taken personally. You hella intimate and romantic with this person sexually, but the minute
hmm
you got to talk about some feelings that you have towards them, or about something having to deal with them. Oh yeah, nah, they ain't trying to hear that shit. I don't understand that. I don't see your side. I don't get that. So now you stuck feeling stupid because you didn't try to lay it out, and they just been like, nah, I'm just flip the table. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. So that's who you supposed
and
to talk to.
and let's go back to something that you mentioned earlier, because let's be honest. For some of us who really have really good therapists and bonds that we built with that therapist, that's an intimate relationship.
Oh boy, you took that. That was not going to be my point, because I will tell you, I have a very intimate relationship with my therapist. I text her about sneakers. I text her about, like, when I bought my truck. I'm getting my dad's old school. Like, we talk like friends, and she knows my entire life. I mean, my entire life. That's an intimate
Right.
relationship to me.
It,
I
it
always
it's
say,
it's
if you weren't my therapist, we'd be best friends. That's why I call her my professional best friend.
there it is.
And it's just like, I feel like with intimate relationships, there's a sense of loyalty there. And of course, she's paid to be loyal to me, but she loyal. I'll never have to worry about her taking my conversation and going and telling it to anybody else. No, with your significant other, or the person you're sexually intimate or romantic with, they will go tell their friends because they want their feelings validated.
There it is.
So it's just like, so I thought this was a me and you thing. So you have to kind of find you that platonic, intimate friend that will be like, this stay between me and you. Like, we talking here. This is what that is. And like I said, I have two people like that.
Mm,
One male and one female. And I mean, one of them, we're kind of empathic. Well, shit, both of them sometimes it's kind of weird, but definitely, I my sister Tracy,
Okay.
she'll be like, something told me to call you. What's wrong? And then I'll be like, how did you do? Like it's crazy, And I call her, be like, why I ain't talk to you in a couple of days? What's going on? I didn't want to call you because everything's just like it's crazy. But we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? And this other
Facts.
person met them like 2014. But it's like the same lines of communication there. Like I could tell these two people anything, no judgment.
Yeah,
They're gonna tell
it's
me
for
when
a
I'm
fact.
wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like with
Mm-hmm.
those two people, I'm able to freely practice, my love languages because they understand me without it being
Mm,
about them. So it's like the gifts and the words of affirmation and the quality time. Like, yeah, sometimes we know in intimate relationships that should get stale. But with those platonic friends that you're intimate with, there's nothing to gain there. I mean, you might have some people that's trying to, smash, but so they playing a long game. But
but
real
that's different.
platonic,
Yeah.
that's different. But real platonic, intimate friends that know those very deep, dark secrets, those dirty details of your life, the serious things that you struggle with without judgment. I feel like those are the people that are going to stay loyal. They're going to help you love yourself more. They're going to help you understand, how to love people that treat you wrong less. They're going to validate you, yet invalidate the bullshit that you do, like call you to the carpet on things.
Right.
And like they're always, I just feel like those people are typically always available. How many times has your spouse been unavailable to you because they're fucking mad at you for some bullshit?
Mm. Yeah, that's another topic. We gonna have to
I
take a
stay
piece of
going.
that for another topic, yo. Because that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, so it's like you
But
have
you
to
bring up
find
a
that
good point.
person that doesn't gain anything in that realm from you except bettering you and your well-being, whether that be financially, like with your relationship, their relationship with their significant other or spouse, their relationship with other friends, family, their children, like work. Like people struggle with so much shit, and sometimes they only have one person that really understands them,
That's a
maybe two.
fact.
And
That's a
then,
fact.
again, you have those friends where you think you got that relationship with them, but the moment the shit ain't sweet for them, they ain't saying nothing to you. They don't got
That's
no rap
right.
for you. Like they ducking you because they don't know how to, deal with the conversation at hand and their problems and such. And it's like, well, damn, I thought we was in this together. So everybody
Because
is
their
your friend.
frustrations with you outweigh their relationship with you.
Exactly. So you gotta find those solid people because, like I said, no offense to my husband, love him dearly, but there are times where it's like, oh, you need me? Too bad, because I'm mad.
Mm,
Oh, okay, well,
yikes.
and I think that's why he doesn't have an issue with my platonic, intimate relationship with my friend because he knows they can talk about shit together that I absolutely don't want to talk about right now. I'm not saying that that's not ever gonna. That's like he's always gonna be like that because with him
Nah, I
going to
feel you.
therapy, he has definitely come around. We have started to have way more tough conversations. His therapist was like, maybe you should listen to what she's saying, the context, and not the tone, because
Mm.
I talk rough. I don't talk to people nice at all. Shit. You talk to me nice, who? I ain't talking to you shit. I'm talking about the fuck I want to talk to you, but I had to learn that if I want him to listen, I kind of do got to talk nice.
Facts.
So that has helped develop our intimate relationship in the realm of it being outside of sexual and romantic. So I don't know. I just think the world needs to stop placing sex and romance on everything. That's where I stand on it. We hypersexualize everything. We over romanticize everything, and it's fucking killing us. It's killing us.
Mm.
Like,
It
just
is.
do what work for you.
It
You
is.
don't want a male bestie? Fine. I done been hanging around dudes all my life, and I tell you what, game changer for me because I probably done dodged a few bullets. Bang bang. Just knowing how niggas operate, them giving me game, them being honest with me, us having conversation that some would consider intimate because why are you talking about stuff like that with another nigga? He put me on game. Like I don't know what else y'all see it as, but he let me know what's up. But everybody want to make everything sexual. I ain't with that.
Yeah, and the other reason why people got to put sexual and romantic connotations on it is a control thing as well.
Boom.
Because if they could shame you into it, or you into dropping it, or into letting it go and putting all your eggs in the basket of the person that you're supposed to be with,
Yep.
then you know what I'm saying that person's allowed to not give you whatever they don't want to give you, and you just got to tough it out, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
This is
but
probably why my therapist said I'm in holding patterns with certain relationships because I'm looking for them to return to that type of, standing. She was like, and that's probably not gonna happen.
probably not.
And if that's something you need, you probably gonna have to let those people go. And I'm like,
I talk though,
yeah,
but I think you tied it up in mentioning that it's just over romanticized and over sexualized, and there is such a thing as intimacy without neither. It's just about best intentions. The strong thing between intimacy at that point is the love.
there
It's
you
not,
go.
romantic, it's not sexual, it's just literally I want the best for you, you want the best for me, we recognize it, we move in it, and
Yep.
there is such a thing as love being pure, people. I know y'all
Oh,
want to hear that, but
definitely,
it's such a thing.
definitely. Shit,
So
I knew
let's
I knew Now Love Me when he went all the way back to the house to get my chucks for my wedding. I was like, sis, I'm gonna turn around and go get
don't
them. I
even
was like,
worry
he
about it.
love me.
Don't even worry about it. It's your wedding day. There ain't nothing finna go off in my
Hey,
presence.
listen, you and my other intimate friend, she made sure nobody
She
fucked with
sure
me
enough
that
was
day.
there too. Yep.
Y'all was rocks that day, boy. Y'all was like, leave her the fuck alone.
Not
No,
today.
not
Not
today,
today.
baby, and I
Not
appreciate
today.
that. So,
But
shout out to Tracy and Nari for making sure I ain't kill nobody on September
yeah,
3rd,
right.
2011 and do a bid.
Do it big. You know what I mean? We ain't having that.
Never
Gang gang.
good.
But let's get to the life be life and portions. Uh I feel you know what's funny? I was gonna skip it this episode,
It's
but
necessary.
I'm like, let's just, I'm gonna just get into mine briefly. Uh, so for me, life and like peaks and valleys.
Oh, oh
So
boy.
I feel like the peaks was things was going good. What I mean, I've been trying to get out of my office, my job office, for the longest. I've been trying to get to another office, another district, another site, something. Um, and I wasn't. It was so unsuccessful. Whether it was somebody blocking my path, a transfer getting dropped at the last second,
Bullshit.
them hiring somebody, them already knowing who they wanted to hire. So
Hired. Oh my God. Let's not
you know what
talk
I'm
about
saying.
that. Oof.
Me going through it was just a formality of a L, whatever, what have you. So I just, at some point this year, with the way everything went, I don't need to rehash all of that. Just means you need to go back and watch them episodes. Feel me? Um, so with stuff like that, it's just kind of like, all right, well, I see some openings out in, with the area where I moved to.
Yeah.
Let me click, 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 apply. And I
Get
had
it
one
in.
interview last week. I got another interview next week. Maybe some more will fall in. So I was feeling good about that. Things was cool at home. Thanksgiving, I thought it was going to possibly be a shit show. It ended up being real smooth. We
Yeah.
had a little, get together last Saturday. I went to a couple get togethers, everything smooth, and then my car break down in a most inconvenient fashion, and it's just kind of like that's just how it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you
Always.
be on a winning streak, and then I ever got to butt his dumbass head in.
Man,
You know what I
listen.
mean? But it's just a reminder to, and I, it's crazy. I was getting down on myself today, and I remembered something that Reese said on his podcast, and then I also remembered that I was the one who told it to him. Count the wins. You
Look,
gotta count the
take them two
wins.
L's and turn two W's.
That's fire. That's fire.
Thank you for that
That's
context.
fire. That's fire, yo. Hey,
I'm good for something
yo.
around this bitch.
That's fire. Oh my god. I would never thought of that. We using that with that's trademark here. Anywhere else you see it, they getting sued. We trademark that shit.
That's
That's
my
fire.
shit.
That's motherfucking fire. I love it.
Oh.
But yeah, straight up, like I mean, I could sit there and act like all that other stuff didn't happen because I'm having car problems and it's gonna cost me money. Or I could be like, yo, these new two new job situations could lead to me saving money and making money, so I won't be in this
I'll take
situation
I'll
this
take them
time next
two
year.
blessings.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So um that's I ain't gonna go on too long. Just just a reminder that I mean, even when it gets hard, folks, count the wins.
Yep, for sure. For me, life been life and like I just learned that my dad's niece, and of course people like, ain't that your cousin? Yes, we are cousins, but unfortunately we were not close. You know how that go. You're close with one
Yes, I
side of the
do.
family and not the other. But what makes this difficult for me is the way my dad's handling it. Because I think what's happening here is a couple years ago, his nephew died.
Mm,
This same person who just passed, her brother. Last year, my aunt died. His sister, their mother. So I see the two kings popping.
you
promo,
know what I mean?
promo. But I know earlier, was it this year? It wasn't too long after we buried my aunt. My cousin and my dad got into it on Facebook over the dumbest shit. She's one of those people that idolize Marilyn Monroe. You know, you've met my dad. You know how he is. He's worse than me with his mouth. And he was like, "What you idolize that white bitch for?" And it became a whole argument. And he was like, "There's so many black women you can idolize. You act like you ain't black." And I think what she said
You ain't
was,
wrong.
"I'm not completely black," and it pissed him off. So
Yeah.
they got into this real big argument. She blocked him on Facebook,
Damn.
text message, everything. So they hadn't spoken.
Mm.
And she went for what I believe was a routine procedure. From my understanding, I haven't gotten the accurate story. And I guess they put her under and she did not wake back up. So for me talking to my dad, like literally, I had to listen to him ramble for 45 minutes just because I could tell he needs someone to talk to. I'm literally like trying not to fall asleep on the phone. And I can tell he's hurt because of the way they ended things. Then also, I think it's just weighing upon him that like he's about to be the only one left, really. And
Mm.
I think it's kind of setting in for him that okay, I might be out of here not too far behind them. Like,
Wow.
and for me, it's hard because I literally tell my parents all the time, and not in a joking manner, but like I'd be like, y'all better have y'all shit together because I ain't arguing with my siblings over nothing. But like to literally listen to him talk about how they're trying to plan things out and who's supposed to get what and do what and all this, I was like, Dad, please make sure y'all have y'all stuff in order. And he got quiet. And I think it's hitting him that death is real and it's gonna happen to him not too far from now, potentially, if he don't get his shit together. And it's just like, for me, that's tough because my father is not that kind of person. Typically, he shows no emotion, and I wonder where I get it from. But it's been rough the last week to kind of like see him be so. He didn't show up for Thanksgiving. He did not
Wow.
show up for Thanksgiving. My entire family went to Yolanda's house for Thanksgiving, and I mean everybody except for him.
Wow.
So that was really hard for me because I'm like, this man love to eat. He love our food, and he love going to Yolanda's house, and he love her. Like even though he didn't put her out the car before. That's another story for another podcast. But for him not to show up for Thanksgiving, like that hurt
I
because
bet.
he sat at home by himself.
That's rough as hell.
Yeah, man. I was like, ugh. Like I was like, oh, my cousin died. Damn, that sucks. But now it's like, oh damn, damn,
Right.
shit. Like, my cousin, he's a chiropractor and I got an adjustment today. And he said something that even more so made me understand what his issue might be. And it resonated with me a little more. Because my cousin's a doctor. He was like, yeah, you gotta check that family history. I was like, shit. That kind of hit me hard. And now it's like, now I'm thinking about like my health and stuff. So it's just been crazy, like, yeah, to deal with. So that's how my life been like in this last week.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, folks, we have come to the end of another fun episode, educational episode. And you know what I'm
Learn
saying?
y'all something.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a discussion that has to be had, that had to be had, because at some point we got to mature. We got to be willing to, broaden our understanding on things and not just
Yeah,
pigeonhole it because that's the easy thing to do or that's the most comfortable thing to do.
yeah,
Sometimes we just need to think about it just a little bit more, folks. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just a little bit.
Get
But
outside of yourself. Step outside of the box.
yes. But excuse me. Listen, y'all know how I feel, man. First and foremost, thank you. Whether you came in halfway, whether you've been in the whole episode, whether you just caught the last 5 minutes, whether you just watched the first five, we appreciate you tapping in with us. You know what I'm saying? Life be life, and that's LIFE, just a letter, lifing, LIFING on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I think we might decide to open a discussion group on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're considering it. So don't hold us to it just yet. But definitely hit us up on the gram. You know what I'm saying? Drop topics if you got some ideas. If you would like to be a guest, slide in the DMs. Hit us with the topic that you have in mind. Don't just tell me you coming on in just to, either show your face on camera or just to try to come argue with one of us. That ain't finna happen.
That ain't gonna
We
work
have
out well for you.
conversations. We have conversations that are solution based at heart. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just vent and go off about shit. We want to talk about things and kind of find a way to where people could be better off for the conversation.
Yep.
So just
Processing the
that little
problems.
reminder. There we go. Process the problems. I told you I picked fire co-hosts. You know what I'm
Listen, I be
saying? The,
trying,
the
man.
two L's to a W
I
shit.
gotta
Process the
pull my weight
problems.
around this
Come
joint.
on, bro.
I gotta live up to Ace, so I gotta pull my
Come
weight around this
on,
joint.
bro. Quality. Quality.
He's talking
You
about
feel me?
quality, not quantity.
You know what I'm saying? But for sure, man. We appreciate y'all. We got love for y'all. As always, man, be smart, be careful, be respectful.
Be
Okay, it gets you a
kind.
long way. Yes, be kind and be good to as many people as you possibly can. It ain't gonna be everybody, but just as many people as you possibly can.
And
And
be
of course,
patient with people. Oh my God, we're rolling into the holiday season. Please be patient with people. Oh my God.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's necessary, folks.
And you know how else to be patient with? Because I know January going to be here before you know it, and the
Yeah.
resolution is going to come up. Be patient with your damn self.
Yes, please.
Okay. So for sure. Once again, we appreciate y'all. If you like this video, you know what I'm saying, feel free to tune in. We mentioned certain videos before, so we're gonna have the good grief video for y'all to check in with that one. You know what I'm saying? Check in
That
with
one.
that one
Yes, please.
because we get raw with that pretty much too. We get right down to it. And then, since we're talking about intimacy and love relationships, check out the, are you your type's type video as well. Okay. On behalf of A.C.E, my brother, that's who he always be. On behalf of my dynamic co-host, Mimi the Goddess, and your favorite coach's favorite coach. Y'all be straight, man. We love y'all. Peace.